it seems like music is at the forefront of culture currently, once again. Between Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl and the fake outrage, I think I saw today that Turning Point USA is going to do its own version of a halftime show, which is laughable. But it's at the forefront. People can't stop talking about it. Drake and his lawsuit got dismissed. Big win for hip hop today. Shout out K-Dot. What a year. What a W. And then we have Nashville. Shook. In shambles. A leaked song from Zach Bryan comes out, which is not, from my understanding, I'm not plugged into the country world all that much, but from my understanding, it was a old song written a long time ago, leaked release or whatever. But needless to say, Zach Bryan in the song in his verse has a reference to ICE and how apparently he's anti-ICE. So I get on Threads today, and it's like, or the other day, not today, and it is like all that Threads are talking about. And the thing about social media is that, like, the moment one person or one thing, one entity, one celebrity, whatever, like, with the moment that they agree with something that a lot of people, one political affiliation versus the other agrees on, they will hold on to it like it's like they would just cling onto it in that moment. It's 100% normal. I don't like it, but it's normal. I happen to be anti-ICE and what they're doing to the world, to the country, everything. I've got a lot of opinions. I've talked about it on this channel. I reacted to some immigration lawyers, and we're going to still keep talking about it. So my stance is pretty clear, cut, and dry. Fuck ICE, right? But it's really interesting whenever people that you would think aren't as... I'll say it like this. It's really interesting whenever people that have a vested interest in not talking about their political opinions talk about their political opinions. And it's no surprise that if you are in the country world, attached to the South, attached to Nashville, attached to all that is encompassing of, you know, an adjacent right-wing culture. Let's just put it like that. Saying that, you know, ICE is bad is probably not going to go well with your core audience. So I haven't heard this song or the snippet. So we're going to hear it together, and I'm going to react in real time. And then we're just going to go, we're going to, you know, go for it and see what we can dissect, what the uproar is about. And then apparently then there was also a statement from Zach Bryan, which I guess I'll read, but I won't be surprised if he starts to backtrack some of his thoughts, or at least tries to justify them in a way that's like platitudes, because that's what it goes. But that, in and of itself, is the exact reason why I don't like clinging on to certain things, certain narratives very early on in social media. So, without further ado, topo in hand. Let's hear this song. Let's see what it's all about.
Didn't wake up, dead or in jail. Some out-of-town boys been giving us hell. I got some bad news.
Okay, so before we even get clearly this is you know, we're not there yet. But Zach Bryan is a pretty okay, decent songwriter. Really, really fucking popular. That this kind of just sounds like a regular old Zach Bryan song.
I woke up missing you. My friends are all degenerates, but they're all I got.
Hey, shout out to the squad.
You know a story of dropping the plot. I heard the cops came. Cocky motherfuckers, ain't they?
Okay, here we go.
And ICE is gonna come bust down your door. Try to build a house, no one builds no more. But I got a telephone.
Okay.
Kids are all scared and all alone. The bar stopped bumping, the rock stopped rolling. My middle finger's rising and it won't stop showing. Got some bad news. The fading of a red, white, and blue.
Okay. Okay, I mean, pretty direct. It's not your typical born in the USA, subliminal, we're really talking, bad, criticizing the country, but not, in a more subversive kind of way. It's not Fortunate Son, CCR, or, it's not that. It's pretty direct. So props to him for that. But I can also see why this got left out. If this got left out of an album, I can see why. Or maybe just this version. It doesn't sound like mixed or mastered as good as it could be. Ice is going to come break down your door. The children line is pretty powerful because it's very visceral. I don't know what political affiliations Zach Bryan is. I don't know the context of the song. Like, also, there's, I don't know, the chorus isn't here, the second verse isn't here, so I don't know. Or the other verse. But I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. Like, in the fading of the red, white, and blue seems to be pretty powerful. That's probably exactly why he was probably getting a lot of backlash from his fans. But here's the thing. Zach Bryan just sold out recently the Michigan Stadium. And it was like the largest concert, like the largest ticket concert in attendance. The largest attendance record in U.S. history. It's like 100,000, 110,000 people that like fit in there, all crammed up and shit. Parking must have been a bitch. But he's really, really, really popular. So on one hand, props to Zach because he's, calling out what most of us consider to be an injustice. But also, my dude, you're a country artist. Like, rural, South, you're going to get some pushback, dude. You're going to get some pushback. Let's see. Here, I think I've got a picture of the Michigan show. No, that's not it. Is it this? No, that's a statement. Look how big the show is. That's huge, dude. That's stupid. It's like ginormous. Like, this dude is super popular. So we'll read this statement. If he stands on it, if he doubles down, he said like, yeah, fuck ICE, then there's props to him for real. But if not, then I mean, it's all par for the course at this point. Let's see what he said. What is this? What is this? Close. Okay, let's see what he said. On the new song, please fucking read this. Look, millennials speak. Look, can't even speak, can't even type it out. We live in a whole new generation, guys. Let's see what it says. I wrote this song months ago. I posted this song 3 months ago as a snippet. This shows you how divisive a narrative can be when shoved down our throats through social media. This song is about how much I love this country and everyone in it more than anything. When you hear the rest of the song, you will understand the full context that hits both sides of the aisle. There it is. There is the back and forth. He did not stand on it. Let's see what else he says. Everyone using this now as a weapon is only proving how devastatingly divided we all are. We need to find our way back. Find our way back to what? Devastatingly divided. I mean, at this point, if you're watching ICE trample over business owners, arrest American citizens, put kids in the back of cars, snatch kids from start handcuffing kids, children. Do we not have a fair point to say, yeah, we're divided? I don't want that to happen. I don't want to see that. So if you are on the side of, I'm cool with that, then yeah, we're divided. We're not going to not be divided on this issue. Like, if you think that that's okay, then that's it. It's a big middle finger to everyone, right? That's on that side, because it's not okay. Let's see what else he says. I serve this country. Oh, okay, so there goes his military roots. It's got to do it. I'm sure his PR publicist was like, bro, you got to do something immediately. I love this country, and the song itself is about all of us coming out of this divided space. I wasn't speaking as a politician or some greater than thou asshole. Well, he's definitely not a politician. I don't know if he's an asshole. People would have to plug me into that. Just a 29-year-old man who is just as confused as everyone else. I'm not that confused. I'm not. You shouldn't be snatching babies out the street. You shouldn't be putting American citizens in jail. You shouldn't have your face covered. If your face needs to be covered, that means you know you're doing something wrong. You're a federal agent. You're supposed to stand on that. To see how much shit is stirred up makes me not only embarrassed, but kind of scared. Oh. He's scared. Left wing or right wing, we're all one bird and American. To be clear, I do agree that we're all American. And to be clear, I'm neither of these radical sides. What's radical? What's radical about us not wanting children to get snatched off the street? That's not radical, dog. That's common. That's like basic human dignity, right? Yeah, I'm disappointed. The song was like, all right. It was, like I said, I understood why they took it off the album, but like this response is like such a platitude, dude. To all those disappointed in me on either side of whatever you believe in, just know I'm trying my best to. Okay, well, that's cute. Good for you, Mr. 110,000 seats sold. And we all say things that are misconstrued at times. I empathize with that. We do all say things that are misconstrued at times. But if I'm going to get misconstrued, I rather stand on being misconstrued when I say, I don't want kids to get snatched up. I don't want American citizens to get racially profiled. I don't want a humanitarian crime. I don't want alligator Alcatraz. If you want to misconstrue that, go right ahead. I stand by that. And if you're going to misconstrue it and paint me as something, whatever, you go right ahead. I'm standing on it. I'm not doubling back. Everyone have a great day, and I love each and every one of y'all. I don't. If you want children to get snatched off the street and you're going to justify that to me, I don't fuck with you. I don't like you. To add, the last few months of my life, I've been scrutinized by more people than I ever thought possible. Well, I mean, yeah. You also played the biggest show ever in the world. So, actually, I don't know about the world. You played the biggest show in the United States. So, yin and yang. I feel like I've tried my hardest in so many ways, and it's so hard to see where my bearings even are anymore. Been falling off a cliff and while trying to grow wings at the same time. I mean, fame is a hell of a drug, so, I don't want to downplay that. I am so proud to have served this country where we can all speak freely and converse amongst each other without getting doxxed or accosted in the internet or worse. The violence and the heartbreak we've faced in the last few months. Godspeed. Old sons, I'm out. Getting doxxed online seems like not as big a deal as your family having to watch a kid get taken into who knows where. American citizens getting sent to Ecuador or El Salvador or whatever. Man, look, on one hand, I'm an artist too. I make music too. If I was ever this big, I'd like to think that I'd have the integrity to like stand on what I want and what I have to say. But at the end of the day, look, I understand that he's got a lot of mouths to feed. He's a multi-millionaire now. He wants to make sure that he continues his life and career, and he's trying to do his best navigating in the world. I can empathize with that. But like, dog, like at some point we have to come to terms with the realization that what ICE is doing, the way that they're moving, the way that Trump is going about the things that he's wanting to do are either at the very best deliberately misguided for the sake of drawing up a reaction, or it's deliberately malicious and damn right the beginning of what would be a stream of fascism. I don't know if like this is where like the working class in me comes out where I'm like, oh, like, is Mr. Millionaire getting upset about, not being, somebody not liking his song? If he's going through a hard time on a personal level, I empathize with that. But if you're gonna use your platform for something, stand on it. There are plenty of musicians that don't use their platform for anything because they know that they run the risk of it affecting their sales. And look, if that's you, to each their own. But if you're gonna say something, stand on it. Example. Charley Crockett came out the other day also. Me and my sister talked about this. And he said, I was born on the Gulf of Mexico. I don't recognize it by any other name. Any real Texan knows that our Mexican-American brothers or sisters hold up our economy in every industry. I'm proud to have been born in the Rio Grande Valley, where the population is over 90% Latino. If those boys in Washington, D.C. want to go renaming regions of this country, they can start with New England because it ain't new and it ain't England. My boy, stand on that. As a Texan, I mean, like, come on. Zach Bryan had the perfect opportunity to use his giant platform to stand on it, and here goes Charley Crockett. His music is great. Coming in strong and understanding that, like, his roots and where he's from, like, he can't betray that.